final thoughts. What's been the true highlight of your brother-to-brother experience in general? So not just as a president, but think about your time in the organization and what has been that highlight for you?
I think my breakthrough highlight in Brother to Brother was one of the meetings that Kwajo initiated, which was what does it mean to be a man? And when you think about it on a surface level, I didn't think too much of it. I was like, a man is just, a provider. He's the lead of a family. Because I grew up from those traditional roles. My family inherited those traditional roles of what a man is supposed to be. But then we got into more complex conversations like, is a homosexual a man? Can a homosexual partnership, is that healthy for a man or a woman growing up? Things of those natures that are very controversial topics. Dealing with like biological and stepfathers, and just related topics like that. Getting into those controversial topics. I really liked diving into those. I felt like that's when I felt like I belonged in this organization, because a lot of African Americans go through those difficult questions but never get those questions answered, and never see someone like them at least answer those questions, or someone that has also been through those situations answer those questions. And I think that's one of the things that made me fall in love with the organization.
I would say my highlight was probably the form of my year, just because there's so much work that went into it. And Erik had told me about the work that was going to go into it, but when I really started working on it, I remember we were up early that Saturday morning. The weeks before that was all the work that we were doing. It was focused on that, between food, between venue, I remember the lights went out at the last second and we were trying to figure out how we turn the lights back on. All that effort that went into it to see the end product, I think it was just so fulfilling. So I think that was my biggest accomplishment. And just to see my friends show up, and the members and sister, and just everyone really came together in that moment. And so I think that was my favorite moment.
I'd say for me, it was probably seeing how in 400 plus organizations, when we would have Tiger Prowl, I could sit at a table and recruit other people, other black and brown males, to join Brother to Brother. I mean, we do a lot with the formal, as Kwajo said, and then forums, as Trey said, and then academic stuff, as I said earlier, but just truly having that interaction with people who I'm inspiring them to feel like there is a place for them here. That's what I like the most, because I remember we had the Clemson media team walking around, and this one guy was like, hey, I've heard your pitch to get people to join the group. This sounds like this is something that's a lot deeper than the surface. I said, yeah, it is. And he was like, well, do you mind if I feature your organization on the Clemson University page? And out of 400 organizations, Brother to Brother happened to be, I want to say one out of 10 organizations to actually be featured on that big media platform. And so I spit the whole little pitch again, and I still got the video saved in my phone from it, just because that was just a remarkable moment for me, not just because my face was on a big platform like that, but because my face was on a platform representing the underrepresented people of our community. And right then and there, we had, I want to say our membership went up. It went about at least a good 20 to 30 members just after that one video went up. And it's crazy because, that doesn't sound like a lot in the grand scheme of things, but way back then, in Brother to Brother's early years, Deonte can tell you we didn't really have that well of a retention within our own organization, just because of everything going on campus, and students feeling stressed out because of school. They don't want to go do anything else. They don't want to have anything else to do with school. But just seeing that on that platform, inspiring people when they went through their Instagrams, it was pretty cool.
I think definitely for me, it's the little things. So even though I haven't really been plugged in to Brother on an intimate level, exec-wise, but still getting emails and requests for brother to brother, just from different like local high schools or just colleges in general. And I'm always sending Deonte like somebody else wants to join or somebody wants brother to brother to come out or something like that. And so it just shows how relevant and needed it is. And like you guys are really doing the thing, because I didn't think this program, well, I didn't know where this program was going to go. I won't say think, but I didn't know where it was going to go after the first year. And so for it to be still relevant, and you guys are still doing service and still really out there promoting and getting new members, freshmen, sophomores, all that, that's like amazing. So I really appreciate that. And I appreciate Deonte really for giving that opportunity to me. And then for Erik taking over, Kwajo, and now you, Trey. So it's just great to see. It's really, I'm happy about it, you know?
Yeah, I'll definitely say it was a scary time in full transparency, because I remember telling Deonte how I was stressed out. I was like, I don't know. Like I was vice president, so halfway through Brian's term, he had some personal things going on, and he was like, I need you to do a little bit more, because I can't do as much as I want to right now. I said, I got you. And there was that. Then I had my own whole year term, and it was just like as the climate is changing into what it is now, we started to see the hard work that we put in for the first couple of years to regress tremendously. And by the time my term was over, I remember telling Kwajo, like, you know, you're my mentee, you're the only one I trust to keep the organization going. And I remember telling him in full transparency, I said, do what you can, but if it doesn't come out right, don't beat yourself up about it, because I've beat myself up about it a lot of times, where, you know, I mean, sending emails, brothers in the group didn't want to listen to emails, brothers didn't want to listen to the group me. I was like, man, the exec board started to slowly falter off, because they were like, what are we still meeting for if we don't have our own members coming to see us anymore? But Kwajo kept pushing it. And then as Kwajo got ready to be done, he made sure that he was going to keep his promise to me. And I just got to give Trey a big shout out, because seeing how brother to brother looks now, Brian and I, like I can speak for the both of us, we didn't think it was going to get to where it is now. And it's really doing some numbers. It's really the face of the Black and brown community, like how we wanted it to be. And it's really just amazing to see that over the course of 4 years, this is what not the end result, but the next phase of it is. So I'm just really excited to see what else comes next.
Yeah, you brought up some great points, Erik, because I remember that in that transition time, you was like, Deonte, I don't know what's going to happen to brother, but like my term ending, and I appreciate you, Kwajo, because you stepped in, you were new to it. You was like, I don't know what this experience is supposed to be, but you owned it. And I think that was a true like sign of your leadership. You said, all right, Deonte, this is how I need the exec board to be. These are the people that I want to put in place. And so that effort and that approach you took really helped kind of turn the course of brother to brother and get us going in a good direction to where you could hand off, you know, something that it was stronger to Trey. And so, like Erik said, you all put in the work, but society and the things happening on this campus definitely didn't make it easy to keep it going. And so I appreciate everything y'all brought to the table, because I was right there with y'all. I was like, listen, Lee Gill gave us the money to get this started. We're going to work on it, and we'll see where we end up. But we are definitely in a good spot. And, you know, I think about, for me, like this is obviously like one of the highlights, being able to have this conversation with the four of you. Because again, it started with just planting the seed with Brian and like, Brian, I need you to step up and do this. But to see how that has grown and blossomed for the leadership for y'all, it's been an amazing experience. But I also think back to that first national conference, and that was definitely a highlight. And we would have had a national conference this year, obviously, but you know, COVID got in the way of things. And it was supposed to be in Dallas too, so yeah. So next year, maybe there'll be something in the spring, because it was going to be this fall, so maybe spring, we'll see. But that was a great bonding experience for me with that first group. Being in Detroit, making sure no one crossed the border into Canada, having a great dinner, these are the funny moments now that I can tell y'all about them. Brian almost made us miss our flight that morning because he refused to throw away some stuff that was too big out of his bag. We had our youngster with us, Erik, who couldn't get into some places for dinner that night. So it was definitely some fun times with that group. But like I said, it created this bond that allowed them to come back to campus. They saw the impact that this organization was having at other places, and so it really pushed them. And so I look forward to seeing this organization continue to thrive. And you all have set some high expectations for those that come out after you, not just within the organization, but also outside of it, taking the experience you've had leading this group and going out and creating change in other parts of the campus. So keep doing what y'all are doing, and Clemson will definitely change. It won't have a choice but to change as long as we keep working together and pushing it forward. So thank y'all so much from the bottom of my heart for pouring into this organization and continuing to make Clemson better each and every day. So thank y'all for the time today.